Well, thanks, Myles. That was it was really interesting to hear you speak. One of the questions I have is, have you had any negative experiences? And if you have, how have you coped with that?
I've had many negative experiences, and I think that's why with the education system, having it in an enclosed environment would be ideal, because then it's on a professional sense. Being exposed to the world, it means anyone can access your videos and watch, and some people do post negative and unconstructive comments, but that has actually made me a stronger person. I've learned now that if people post negative stuff and it's constructive, evaluate it, and if it's something that other people agree with and you see a trend, then you evolve as a person to deal with it. But if it's not constructive, then you just let them continue wasting their time elsewhere. But that, I'd say that is the only negative. I do, even now, I have moments where I think, am I compromising myself to my viewers and stuff like that? But I think that constantly evaluating yourself, as I said before, is important. It's not about throwing yourself out there, evaluating, and then you're set for life. Life changes, people change, cultures change, and the education system will change. So I think it's important that you're always kept on your feet to deal with criticisms. Cheers.
Sorry, Peter.
He's getting on the strings like in pantomimes. It's fly across.
My first question, Myles, was quite related to the last one. It was about were we to bring this system into the formal education system. I'm thinking that the way you did it was entirely self-directed, and you did benefit from a massive audience and a very wide variety of responses and input into what you were doing. If we, as formal educators, start to require our students to do this as part of the requirement for their courses, say, and having to give them particular things to vlog about, it wouldn't be worth our while just to say start a vlog, do it about anything you like, you know. I'm thinking, will this have such a positive result, or would it effectively sterilise the whole process?
Do you mean giving them the freedom to vlog about what they want to begin with?
Partly that, yes, and also the implications of it becoming a requirement for them to do that. I mean, this is something you wanted to do.
Well, I think the thing is that it's more the opportunity of having a forum, so you could have structured things. I mean, whether it's compulsory or not, that's definitely something that needs to be discussed. But I think the thing with my videos, for example, and how it could relate to the education system is I put up a video when I come across something that inspires me to do it. And I think with education, in a lot of cases, it's very, you must do this now. And that's why, for instance, I do prefer coursework for exams, because it sort of allows me to add my own interpretation into things, which I think is very important. I don't think it's necessarily, as much as you should learn facts in life, it's about being able to expand on it in your own point of view. So I think having a system where in education people have the opportunity, and then when people feel a need to react to maybe an issue that was addressed, then it should be done. I think the basics of it is perhaps lectures are put up, for instance, and people can keep watching it. And then people can post video responses, and then other people can see them. And it's this whole connectivity. I do think it's not something that has to be restricted, but it's more about the freedom of expressing concerns when you wish to.
Great, thanks. I have another second, very small question. I'm really impressed by the obvious increases in your confidence and the ability to present yourself and to be clear. I'm not being very clear myself. I just wanted to ask, do you find that that's translated into other areas of your study? For instance, the ability to express yourself clearly. Do you think...
Totally, yeah. I mean, in terms of... Prior to the 2 years, I'm not doing it to dwell on an issue, but in school I wasn't the most popular guy sort of thing. I had a lot of insecurities, and I just look back 2 years ago, and I just can't believe the change. And it would be a matter of checking my videos to sort of see the progression, but it's really, really surreal. And I'm glad that I can use my passion to help others, hopefully.
Do you feel that you think more clearly now as well?
Some people say I chat too much, long-winded, and don't get to the points, but I just think that's people with low attention spans. But I don't know. I do psychology, obviously, so I'm going down that route of maybe analysing too much. So as long as I have some people around me to keep me grounded, I'm grateful.
Great, thanks.
Any more questions?
I'm happy to chat afterwards.
Well, just before we conclude, Myles, I'd like to know how you came up with your username of Blade376, and are there 375 before you?
I've been asked this many times. It was just a username when I was about 10 that I had online, and it was just a childish thing, and then I sort of kept with it. And the 376 was the fact that usernames were taken, so I chose a number and stuck with it. But I think if you want to look anything deep into it, I think it's the one thing that's remained consistent with me throughout my life as I've evolved as a person, so it's a symbol in that sense.
Right, thank you very much. Okay. Well, could we say thank you very much to Andy, Joanna, and particularly to Myles for this very interesting and stimulating presentation.